Well, good evening, WNBA and LA Sparks fans. Happy Memorial Day Monday to you folks, and welcome in to the LA Sparks 365 Network, your 24/7 365 comprehensive home of the WNBA and your two-time WNBA champion, LA Sparks. Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the flagship show of the network here, folks. That is called Sparks 365, involving news, highlights, recaps, analysis, and news of the day from everything involving the Sparks and the WNBA. Alongside Chris Mancy from the Aaron Hart Studios up in Anaheim, California. Cal McClure joining you folks here from Studio 171 in San Diego. Chris, good Monday evening, sir. How's it going up there tonight up there at the Big A?
Nothing much. I'm just hanging here. Just can't wait until next month since what you told me.
Folks, it's not really set in stone yet, but it is looking pretty nice. Possibly Chris and myself will be at the Sparks game on June 22nd versus the San Antonio Stars at 12:30 p.m. So if we're out there, folks, come say hi to us, and we'll go from there with everything else included. So, Chris, again, man, we are live here, and actually, man, I'm watching it both right now on my phone, on my computer, and also live on my computer here as well to see how things are going, and it looks pretty nice. And also I've got TweetDeck open, so we'll be able to look through some tweets throughout the shows tonight here as well, so that's good to see. Chris, let's get to some quick opening tip-off headlines here, man. We've got a lot to cover here, partially a lot to cover here for a bit here in the WNBA and along with the LA Sparks. Chris, we know about last night, or yesterday I should say, with the Sparks winning by the final score of 83-62 last night up there at Staples Center, Chris. We're going to talk about the game a little bit right now, man. We're going to talk about the big game today between the Lynx and the Sky, and a few other things included as well at this point in time. But Chris, going back to last night's game, man, thoughts? Again, some thoughts and a little preview, or a little thoughts and a recap actually from last night's game, man. What do you got?
It was just a great win last night for the Sparks. From Candace Parker to Lindsey Harding to Nneka Ogwumike coming off her injury, and just a great all-around team win.
Chris, like I tweeted out earlier in the day, tall people problems, man. My back was bugging me. I think Nneka's injury came down to visit me, I think, because I had a flare-up on my back today when I was down shopping at the mall today. But Chris, I mean, looking at yesterday again, man, involving with Nneka coming back in the lineup, Chris. Okay, you got Nneka back in, Chris. Then above all, man, you lose Alana Beard to a sprained ankle suffered during the week of practice, Chris. And above all, during that long stretch of games or days where there were no games for the Sparks to play, and someone got hurt during practice. Now, Chris, here we go again. Another long stretch, another off week, basically, Chris, till next Sunday when you play in Washington. So again, Chris, it's more so about this week here. Is having a full practice day, but at the same time, Chris, is monitoring any small little injuries. We know about Candace Parker, maybe first play of the 2014 season seemed like she tweaked a bit of a hip or tweak a leg a little bit. You had Nneka's back flare up in Seattle last Friday. You had Candace Wiggins, I guess, bang her knee. I guess she's swelled up down there. Now, Chris, now you got AB on the shelf. Elizabeth Day, so Chris, it's more so during this week here, today, or what was today, and then all throughout the rest of the week, Chris, is getting the bodies healthy, because you're going on a 3-game road trip, Chris, through the teeth, I think, of the Eastern Conference, which will involve Washington, maybe, but Chris, after that, you've got the 1 and 2 teams in the Eastern Conference. That'd be Atlanta at 2, and then, of course, Chris, the ever-dangerous Chicago Sky, who unfortunately came up a bit short today for the Lynx, but Chris, you need your big guns healthy. You need Atlanta healthy. You got to get Ice healthy. And above all, Chris, if anyone is out there playing through pain, like Parker, you've got to make sure they're healthy and ready to go, Chris, because you're going on a 3-game East Coast road trip, yes, but you're playing, Chris, two of the three teams, Chris, you're playing are going to be 1 and 2, Chris. So in your mind, looking ahead at the road trip, man, what are your thoughts, though, about the Sparks' health right now going towards this road trip to Washington, Atlanta, and all, man, Chicago?
It's going to be a tough road trip by Sparks. Ending it off with Chicago, which they're 4-1, which they went with a great battle today against Minnesota in the WNBA, which came down on the wire. So just give you a tough test at the end of the road trip.
Which could also possibly, Chris, be the finals preview for the 2014 season. Could be the Lynx and Sky if it all works out in that order. Minnesota might work, but you have to worry about the other part of the equation, too, for the WNBA final preview this year during this point in time. But, Chris, I mean, the road trip is going to be tough because, Chris, anytime you have a West Coast team go to the East Coast where you have 3 hours of time, you're bent out of shape from the travel, it will take a toll, Chris, and you know, this is the time as well, man, where the Sparks need to sort of have that off-the-court team camaraderie, Chris. We saw on Backstage Sparks last season where they documented the Sparks road trip through Tulsa and New York, Atlanta, Chicago, and Indiana, how the team was bonding off the court, Chris. Now, Chris, this is where the off-the-court sisterhood slash Sparks dance club on the bus slash other things included, Chris, come into play. We saw last year, man, how the team was well knit. They gelled on the road. So now, man, this is your chance here to not only, you know, get on the road a little bit, see some parts of the country, Chris, and win a few basketball games, but also, man, this is where you get to know your teammates better, Chris, because, I mean, you know, the Sparks on the road last year was a train wreck early in the season. And, Chris, I think last year they had a early visit to Chicago last year, and they got annihilated. Atlanta also, they got hammered down there at Phillips Arena, Chris. So this is a time, man, where you have to establish the pace of, oh man, on the road. So I mean, you're gonna have to gel as a unit. You're gonna be a bit out of shape from the travel to the East Coast. So again, man, 3 games on the East Coast. In my view, man, I'm projecting, Chris, the Sparks at least go 2-1. I think they either falter to Atlanta or Chicago. But as long, man, as they have a winning road trip, it's going to be fine. I mean, 3-0 sounds a bit upbeat, man, if you can beat the 2 best teams. I see them, Chris, topping on at 2-1, but hey, make me eat my words and go 3-0 and come back here and give it to the Lynx on June 8th at 12:30, Chris. I mean, what are your thoughts about the upcoming road trip with Washington, Atlanta, and Chicago? Knowing about the, all the travel factors, man, but above all, your thoughts on the final record when the Sparks come home on June 8th when they play the Lynx at Staples Center 12:30 after this 3-game road trip?
I think they'll probably have a winning road trip and probably go at least 2-1, but it'll be just great if they go 3-0.
I mean, Chris, more so, I'm looking at it this way. 3-0 is the bonus prize. 2-1 I'll take. Because, Chris, I don't know really if the Sparks will be able, Chris, to go through that gauntlet like we saw with the Stars, Chris, yesterday, go through that gauntlet of Phoenix, then L.A. I don't know, Chris, if the Sparks can follow up the 1-2 combination of Atlanta and Chicago. But, Chris, hey, the bonus prize is a 3-0 road trip, and if they do that, good for them, and they'll be up to 5-1 on the season, and it'll be it will be a very important game on June 8th. And, Chris, like our man Rashad Jackson said, man, until the Sparks or anyone in the Western Conference, Chris, proves that they're worthy of the #1 seed, that's Minnesota's taking for the cake right now until somebody proves that they can beat the Lynx when it counts the most, and that's in the WNBA postseason, right?
Yep, right.
So again, folks, the Sparks embark on a 3-game road trip, folks. The upcoming schedule for the Sparks, the 3-day forecast goes as follows. It'll be a 3-game roadie to Washington, Atlanta, and Chicago before the Sparks come home on June 8th to face the defending WNBA champions, the Minnesota Lynx, at 12:30 p.m. That game will be on Time Warner Cable Sports, folks. But just so you folks know, the TV schedule as follows here. The June 1st game will not be shown on television on TWC Sports. And the reason being, the Galaxy already have a game scheduled for 1 p.m. in Chicago on TWC Sportsnet on Sunday night, so there will be no television for that game. The June 3rd game with the Dream will be on ESPN2, and the July 6th game June 6th game, I should say, folks. I'm thinking about July already. It's only going to be June, but June 1st, no television, folks. Again, the LA Galaxy have the game, that date already booked because they have a game at 1 p.m. in Chicago. June 3rd will be on ESPN2 versus Atlanta at 4:30. And then June 6th will be back at 5:30 on Time Warner. Okay, Chris, we're going to go to the game that was today, man. The only game today, this afternoon, Chris, involved the possible preview of the 2014 WNBA Finals. The unbeaten Titans of the Minnesota Lynx, Chicago Sky. Chris, final score of the night. The Lynx hold on just barely, Chris. 75-72 over the Sky at the Allstate Arena in Rosemont, Illinois. Lindsay Whalen, the player of the game, played out of her mind with the last 2 minutes to play in the ballgame. She finishes with 22 points, and Maya Moore has her streak of 30 or more points in her first 5 games. The Lynx go to 5-0, while the Sky falter to 4-1. Elena Del Don's possible three-point tying bucket at the buzzer was a bit short at the end of the game. Chris, I'll tell you what. I mean, I know I was at the mall today, but I had my other trusty app on my phone, the Watch ESPN app, to watch that game, man. And you know what, man? If this will be the finals matchup, Minnesota-Chicago, man, I want this team to go the whole 5 games, because I think, man, the fans deserve, if this is the final preview here of the Lynx and Sky, we deserve a full 5-game series, because after today, man, it's probably the best game I've seen so far all season, because it went back and forth, big leads, shrinking again, teams are battling out there, and above all, man, it comes down to a possible game-time 3 at the buzzer. Doesn't go in, but, man, I'll tell you what, we as fans, man, despite if we don't like the Lynx or not, we deserve to see this finals preview. If it is the actual matchup, man, go all 5 games, I think. I mean, I know you watch the game, man. What do you think? What do you take away from this game that very easily, man, whether you like it or not, could be the finals preview this year?
Just a great game all around. When I was watching, went back and forth, and came right down to the end with Eladon, buzzer beater 3, and just didn't win in.
Chris, I joke with our man, with our resident Lynx fan, man, and one of our cool cats out there, Rashad Jackson. What's up, Shad? If you're watching us, the Sparks Network, man. I asked him, man. I mean, are you getting tired of seeing the Lynx give you heart attacks with these, 3-point wins or whatever? He said, no, not really, but. I mean, he said not yet, but I'm kind of getting there, and I replied back to him, man, saying, I mean, I don't care if it's the Lynx or not, man. I can't take games that come down to the wire, man, because my nails are about gone. I mean, they were about gone on the 18th against Phoenix, man. But I'll tell you what, man. Basketball is such a different sport. It's so fun in so many fashions, Chris, that a team can be up by, I don't know, 19, like the Tulsa Shock were last year, and you can still blow overtime, man. And I'll tell you what, I mean, Lindsay Whalen, Chris, in my view, like a lot of people said, a very under-the-radar player, man. I mean, points, big shots towards the end of the game, kind of like Big Shot Rob 12 years ago to beat the But I think, man, she's very underrated because I think, man, unfortunately, overshadowed by 2 better players. That'd be Maya Moore and Augustus. But that's why I think, Chris, that's why I gave Lindsay Whalen the game ball tonight, because I think without her towards the end, the Lynx probably lose this game to Chicago. On the flip side, Chris, Elena Del Don, she had a solid game for the Sky. Looking back at the box real quick, folks, Don had 16, tied with Breland with 16. But Chris, I think our man Rashad Jackson is correct here, man. That I mean, he was a bit concerned about when Brunson and Peters and Wright went out, Chris. But he told me that they're good right now, but wait till those 3 come back. I think when those 3 come back, that's totally gonna be Minnesota's #1 seed to lose, Chris, until someone proves it. But I think, Chris, the Lynx are scary right now, but just wait until the other big 3 come back very soon for Minnesota.
Yep, I agree.
Chris, going back to the Sky real quick, man, a bit of a heartbreaker at the buzzer tonight, where Elena Del Don's possible 3 rims out to possibly tie the game tonight. Up there in Rosemont, looking back at the stats tonight, Chris. The biggest lead of the game, though, man, only got to as much as 7 earlier in the contest. So it wasn't really, man. It wasn't really, one of those games that we've seen where a team has a substantial lead for a long time and something happens. But I think today, but I think this game, Chris, you know, I'm ready to see them play again, and if it's the finals, and Chris, if this will be the WNBA finals matchup, it deserves to go to all 5 games, because after today, man, I want to see all 5 of these teams do meet up in the postseason in the final series this year, and I think, man, not only would it be good for the league to see someone other than Atlanta play, but I think when you have the 2 best teams in both conferences, the Lynx with all their star power, and of course with Chicago with Elena Del Don, who's been the face of the WNBA basically since she's come into the league here, and won Rookie of the Year last year. I think the fans deserve it. Not just Rashad and Kirby on Twitter, Chris, and a few other Lynx fans, Chris, but I think the whole league as a whole deserves a full 5-game series should the Lynx and Sky hook up in the finals.
Yep, agreed.
So again, folks, a great game tonight. Minnesota wins 75-72 in State Arena, Chris. Good game again for those teams, so we'll move on here, man. Not much else to talk about, but Chris, some quick news regarding the Sparks, Chris. Again, we're not going to hear anything from the team at all, of course, but according to our
Why did you do that? Why do you do this in front of Michelle?
24, man. There's rumors of Oliver leaving the Sparks for what I'm hearing is possibly a tryout with the Slovakian national team, in regards to the FIBA World Championships, Chris. I've not read the full book. I've not read the combo yet, man, but what you saw. What's your thought about this, that one of the Sparks better 3-point shooters might be up for a few weeks to train with a international opponent?
You can't talk.
It's going to be a tough blow for the Sparks for a few games. Losing a great 3-point shooter in Chrissy Tolliver, which now, since we don't have Janelle Hay, since now she went to the Seattle Storm, it's going to be a tough blow for a few games. We lose Chrissy Tolliver and might lose maybe a few games, probably that, but they'll probably find a way and get the win.
Chris, I mean, again, I don't know what occurred. Again, I was at the mall on Twitter today and watching the Lynx and Sky game today, but what I saw, man, is her trip to Slovakia, what I've seen, starts on June 8th. And of course, that would be the game, Chris, the Sparks need her the most against the Minnesota Lynx. And Chris, I don't necessarily know if there's anybody right now that can fill her shoes as far as the point is concerned. But Chris, I don't know here, and I'm very worried in regards to what occurs during the time she's gone. She might be missing both of the first 2 games in Minnesota, which are both at home. And without Kate, there's going to be a shuffled-up lineup card. As far as it goes, looking at the depth, man, I don't quite know if there's any other guard that can make the ball as much as Tolliver can. I mean, I can think of possibly Minty Fresh. Wiggins, if he's healthy, I think she'll be healthy at that by then. So, I mean, I'm not really panicking, Chris, but a small little level of concern, though, knowing that Tolliver's going to be gone for some time. But man, but Chris, I think though, if Wiggins is healthy, then you put her in the lineup at that guard position, and she was brought here to shoot the 3-point ball. Chris did a lot of Tulsa last season. And above all, with the Lynx between 11 and 11. So, I mean, I'm not really up here with panic. I'm more so Rip Kate maybe with man, but there is someone, if healthy, Candace Wiggins that can come off the bench, Chris, and start at that guarding role for Kate while she's gone.
Yep, agreed. And maybe, just maybe, somehow, since KT's gone, somehow, someone that always, so far this season, has been getting smack talked on Twitter, Lindsey Harding, she can maybe somehow, since KT's gone, step up and make her threes.
Maybe, man, don't see it happening because Lindsey's more so needed down low in the paint to polish up rebounds or start drives, and he's more so the strongest search than for LA. She's more so hanging out at the logo and checking her hair and seeing what the offense is doing before she does anything else. So I'm relying more so just on Wiggins to come off the bench, go into that starting role at least, and be the three-point shooter. But Chris, what I don't quite get though is why do this mid-season? You know, I just don't see even in soccer where a team would loan their player, like the Sparks will do with KT, to either a Olympic national team or a foreign club somewhere overseas during the season when you need the player the most, man. Why? I just don't see it, Chris. And above all, I mean, it's not like it's giving Parker away, but it's pretty damn close. I mean, you're giving away one of your better guards and one of your better three-point shooters, Chris, to an overseas commitment, Chris. Now, I don't know, again, Chris, I don't know the whole story yet. It sounds like something involving the FIBA World Championships, Chris. You know, I'll be so happy when we don't have to talk about this nonsense.
That's why you don't like to use the house phone.
Back in 2019, Chris. But, I mean, you know, why do this? You know, why not wait until either the Sparks are out of the postseason or they've won the title already before you do something like this? But, again, man, why screw up your lineup card and screw up your strategy by losing your best two-point shooter, you know, a few weeks into the season for the FIBA World Championship tryouts?
Yep, agree. And losing your key piece and probably costing probably either like the #1 seed in the WNBA Western Conference, all because of losing your key piece overseas.
Chris, I mean, basically, I've kind of penciled in the games at Target Center already against the Lynx away in Minnesota already with an L because they did not play well last year. Chris, I don't want to be doing that at Staples Center, too, and KT's gone. They better win both those games at Staples without her. And if they don't, then your hopes and dreams of beating the #1 team in the WNBA West Conference is going down the drain, and your playoff hopes will go down the drain. Or 1-point loss, perhaps, are like normal in the postseason. But again, Chris, you know, the only reason I'm frustrated here, Chris, again, why do this mid-season? We know we have a abbreviated schedule, Chris. So why again, man, give your best puzzle piece, your best guard and three-point shooter, to an overseas commitment for something going on in October?
Yep, agreed.
I don't get it, nor do I want to get it, nor do I want to talk about it any further here. But, folks, on LASparks.com, for you fans that love bringing groups to the game, it's time for another Sparks Enter contest. Purchase 10 or more. Purchase 10 tickets or more for the games listed in your group. Will be entered to win a private pregame meet and greet with no one better than the reigning MVP Candace Parker in July, and the group leader will receive an autographed Magic Johnson jersey. So enter today, folks, at LASparks.com. Chris, I'll tell you what, the WNBA and the Sparks, Chris, have the best enter to win contest and the best giveaways in the entire league, Chris. Stuff like this, man, is what makes this league so good, because we have different theme nights, we have stuff like this where you can enter to win prizes like jerseys and tickets and meet and greets with Candace Parker. Chris, you know, this is another reason, man, why the WNBA, in my view, is just that much better than other pro sporting leagues. Chris, you know, it actually, man, kind of reminds me of minor league baseball, how they have kind of different jersey theme nights, they have themed giveaway nights, theme night stuff, man, because they're trying their best, man, to bring in people to their games. And I think, man, Chris, it's either when you have, you know, enter to win contest, giveaways, or kind of like theme nights, like, you know, like gospel night or whatever, man. That's what brings people to the Chris, you know. I know that we're probably going to go on the 22nd of June, but I'm trying to work out, man, you know, taking my cousins and some of my other family to a game this year, man. But Chris, in your mind, though, I mean, when you hear about teams, Chris, in the league doing stuff like this, these enter to win contests, these social media contests, or these themed giveaway nights, man. I mean, is it cool or what that they are this loyal to their fans, just as much, man, as the fans are as loyal to this franchise when they do stuff like this for their great fans?
Yep, just so awesome that they do it for the fans.
So again, folks, enter to win today, you guys. If you have a group outing, nonprofit organization, church, or a special occasion, get your Sparks group tickets and purchase 10 or more for the games listed in your group. Will be entered to win a private pre-game meet and greet with the reigning MVP Candace Parker sometime in July. And the group leader receive an autographed Magic Johnson signed Lakers jersey. So enter to win at LASparks.com. Sparks basketball, expect excitement. Okay, Chris, we're going to look at some more notes here. There is not a lot left to discuss here for the show tonight. Let's see how we're doing on time so far here. And we're about 6 minutes away from ending this block of the show, so we get ready to go to our #1 best show on the network, which is Sparks Fam, coming up in a few minutes here. But Chris, real quick, I know, man, I've been working on it so hard, man, that I haven't gotten able to do it yet, man. But again, folks, the launch should be tomorrow. I am promising you it, and if not, you can kill me or something else later, folks. You guys can remember me over at Staples Center if you see me. But, folks, sometime tomorrow, hopefully, will be the official launch of LASparks365.wix.com, which will be the official website of the network here. Chris, I'm right at the threshold. I'm just putting in all of our game day schedules for our game day programming, man. I've been working on it, man, since I don't know when, but it's been I've been working on it for about the last few weeks, man. I'm just trying to get some photos on there, some video, and working on our game schedule, man. But again, what's your take here, man? That we're taking the network and going on the World Wide Web sometime very soon.
Just very awesome to be gone on the web very soon.
So again, folks, sometime soon it'll be LASparks365.wix.com. LASparks365.wix.com will soon be the upcoming URL for the up-and-coming Sparks website coming up sometime very, very soon. But again, folks, coming up in about, can you see, 4.5 minutes, folks, will be Sparks Fam. So, get ready to send in your tweets, IG photos, emails, and live Q&A, folks, coming up here in about 4 minutes. But Chris, staying with the website, man, again, we're not going to have a whole lot on there, folks. It's going to be our game day schedules. You guys can read the bios of Chris and myself. You guys can watch some exclusive behind-the-scenes video on the site. All of our information to follow us on social media will be on there. So, Chris, it's going to be fun. I'm going to be putting some videos up there, some bloopers and stuff probably sometime soon, either you or me or something. We'll figure that out. But, Chris, we've got bios written for us. We've got, we have our own bios. We've got all of our network program schedule. We have our schedules for game day, all of our shows. So, Chris, everyone that wants to know the network better, Chris, can go to our website very soon and see what's going on.
Yep.
Again, folks, sometime either late tonight, tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, folks, will be the official launch of LASparks365.wix.com. So, Chris, we're going to sign out here in a few minutes, but again, man, let's just go back to the site once more again, man, LASparks365.wix.com. Chris, again, considering, man, that we started this network back in February, a few weeks after the Sparks were bought by Magic Johnson, man, that we have grown this product to what we've seen, man. I mean, from YouTube to Twitter to a following of fans that we have there, including reporters and a few players have watched the network, Chris. And now I'm into the web. I mean, what else is there for us to do, I guess, for the network to keep expanding?
I don't know.
I mean, Chris, we're probably going to end up going to Facebook pretty soon. We're probably going to go on to IG pretty soon for the network. And, hey, Press Pass Sparks, more than likely, man, June 22nd, when we go to the game probably, man. So, hey, it keeps on going, man. It keeps on rolling. It doesn't stop, man. So, hey, there's going to be more expansion perhaps, Chris, sometime very soon. What do you think?
Yep. Very good, and I'm just so ready and pumped up for June 22nd for Press Pass Sparks, probably debut.
Yeah, folks. So again, Press Pass Sparks. Hey, more than likely coming away June 22nd, sometime during the day, on the way up to LA and at the game and things. So again, check for that as well. And again, folks, coming up very soon, the LA Sparks 365 official website, which will be LASparks365.wix.com. So, folks, when you go there, you'll be able to find out more about myself and Chris by reading our bios. We have all of our shows listed about what the formats of the shows are and stuff like that. We have our regular off-night programming schedule, which is our main three, which is 365, Sparks Fam, and the Petition Show. But then, folks, you'll be able to see the drop-down menu, and it'll have all the game days. Every Sparks game, there will be a schedule for you folks. You guys can check the game you want to see and what programs we'll have coming up. So, Chris, we're right there. I just got to put a few little things, some video, a little photo slideshow of some edits I've done, and some photos I took at the game. So, Chris, we're maybe like 90% there, man. So, what do you think?
Yep, just ready and pumped up, and like we did before about blowing up the petition all over, maybe spreading that network about the website all over Twitter.
So, folks, again, coming soon, LASparks365.wix.com. But, folks, we'll take our opening time out when we come back. Tweets, IG photos, emails, live Q&A, Chris getting muted, the #1 show on the network, Sparks Fam, is coming up next right here, folks, on the exclusive home of the WNBA and the LA Sparks, the LA Sparks 365 network. So, hey, don't go away.